President Anastasiades, Nicos, you're a great friend of Israel and a great personal friend of mine, and I welcome you and your delegation once again to Jerusalem. Since you were first elected president in 2013, we've worked tirelessly and effectively to build a very special partnership between Cyprus and Israel. And through our common efforts, I think we've ensured that our relationship is constantly growing stronger all the time. Israel and Cyprus embrace a future of progress, prosperity, peace, and security. To better seize the opportunities of the 21st century, Israel and Cyprus cooperate in energy and water and tourism, technology, and many, many other fields. And to better ensure the safety and well-being of our citizens, we cooperate in healthcare, public security, and emergency services. Our medical collaboration has grown over the years, but the common battle against the COVID-19 pandemic has energized that important cooperation. We shall discuss that today as well. Over the last few weeks, we have discussed Israel's ongoing vaccination campaign and how to safely reopen our economies. I want to thank you for Cyprus's willingness to recognize Israel's vaccination passports, and Israel will also recognize Cypriot vaccination passports. This opens up the possibility of restarting tourism in the near future. It's not going to open right in the next few weeks, but it will open not far away. Cypriot tourists in Israel, Israeli tourists in Cyprus, and energy will continue to work on the East Med pipeline. I heard some interesting suggestions from our friend, Prime Minister Mitsotakis of Greece, and I think that this can bring our efforts for exploiting the natural gas that you have and we have to new heights and to new possibilities. I mentioned the fact that this visit comes in the heels of the visit of the Prime Minister of Greece, and it's a fact that we've built not only a bilateral alliance, but a trilateral alliance, which I think is good for the region, good for our countries. I think it's good for the world. And as you well know, we recently signed the Abraham Accords, the historic peace treaties with 4 Arab countries. We have normalized relations with a good part of the Arab world, and this opens up options for new regional cooperation that can involve Cyprus as well. We already see this through the involvement of Arab countries in the East Med gas forum. They're coming to our gas cooperation, and that's a sign of the future. I think this is only just the beginning. I look forward to working with you on the new opportunities for greater regional cooperation and to further upgrade the already excellent Cyprus-Israel relationship. So once again, welcome back to Jerusalem, my friend.
Thank you very much, my dearest friend, Prime Minister, dear Benjamin. From the outset, I would like to warmly thank you for the truly wonderful hospitality you have once more extended to our delegation. The fact that I am accompanied by 4 ministers of my government who have already had the opportunity to discuss with their counterparts a wide range of topics such as our bilateral, multilateral cooperation, our energy synergies, our defense and tourism partnership, aptly demonstrates the strategic depth of our relationship. Dear friends, as it is expected in the consultations to follow, Prime Minister Netanyahu and I will exchange views on the negative impact of the pandemic on our societies, economies, and health systems, and will discuss ways by which to mitigate these dire consequences. We are well aware that vaccination is an extremely important tool in halting the pandemic. By increasing the number of people vaccinated, we can reduce the numbers of those affected, hospitalization and deaths, and in turn help reduce the burden of our medical systems. In this respect, it would be an omission on my behalf if I fail to warmly congratulate you, dearest Bibi, for your leadership as regards the most timely and speediest rapid vaccination rollout, which has established the country as a world champion in this respect. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Of course, as I understand, about half of the eligible Israeli population has now been fully or rapidly vaccinated, while older and vulnerable groups are already seeing a significant drop in COVID-19 cases. In these regards, I look forward to hearing more on the very successful Israeli vaccination drive and in examining ways of deepening our professional cooperation in this respect. We will also have the opportunity to exchange views over Israel's green passport proposal, also in light of the fact that the resumption of unrestricted free movement is to the best interest of both our countries. To this end, I am pleased to inform you that an agreement has been reached between our competent authorities, with which from April 1st, 2021, Israeli citizens who have been vaccinated with a vaccine approved by the European Medicine Association will not be required to take a PCR test to travel to Cyprus and will not be placed in quarantine upon arrival. I will also be very interested in hearing from you, dear Bibi, about the new COVID-19 treatment being developed at Tel Aviv Ichilov Medical Center, taking also into account that our competent authorities have agreed that Cyprus will take part in the clinical trials. My dear friend, as regards our bilateral relations, I have no doubt that following also the ministerial meetings which took place earlier on, we will reaffirm the excellent cooperation and synergies we have established both bilaterally and multilaterally. We will also exchange views and ideas on further strengthening our mutually beneficial partnership, particularly in the field of energy, with a special focus on joint projects such as the East Pipeline and the Eurasia Interconnector. It goes without saying that we will also discuss various regional issues which are at the forefront of our attention. There are no easy times in our region. We know this as close friends and allies. Respect of international law and our country's sovereignty and territorial integrity constitutes the bedrock of our bilateral, regional, and multilateral partnership. In this regard, our trilateral cooperation partnership with Greece has established added value practical synergies aimed at promoting stability and peace, in accordance always with international law and based on the principles of good neighborly relations and effective multilateralism. We have also successfully embarked in numerous other joint projects in an array of fields, as I have already mentioned, such as security, counterterrorism, research and innovation, business, tourism, and health collaborations, as well as through the 3+1 context with the United States. An initiative that we look forward to continue and further pursue under the new United States administration in the line with the positive agenda set in our first summit. There is indeed a changing tide in our wider region in which American mediation has been of crucial and vital critical value with the signing of the historic, as you have already mentioned, Abraham Accords, making a paradigm shift in regional dynamics. At the same time, Cyprus will also continue to endorse and support efforts in assisting the return to direct and meaningful negotiations aiming at resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and fostering long-term peace. Dear friends, my dearest Prime Minister, dear Benjamin, in view of the upcoming 5+1 informal meeting to take place under the auspices of the UN Secretary General, I will also have the opportunity to brief the Prime Minister on the latest developments on the Cyprus question and convey our clear position. The form of the envisioned settlement is none other than to establish a bizonal, bicommunal federation in line with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions and, of course, the EU values and principles. A settlement that will terminate the anachronistic system of guarantees and the presence of occupation troops, establishing a functional, viable, and truly independent state. Dear Benjamin, I'm looking forward to continue working closely with you so as to realize the full potential of our partnership, and I have no doubt that tonight's meeting will once again reaffirm the strategic nature of our relationship. Thank you once again, my dearest friend.
Thank you, Nick.
And I'm looking forward to welcome you to Cyprus.
Thank you. Before, let me just say that, the distance between Cyprus and Israel is very short, and that makes visits very easy. But, for many years, despite the short distance, we were very much apart. No longer. We're very, very close, and we're getting closer by the minute, I should say, by the visit. So welcome once again. Please.